Hello Internet Allies. So a lot of my recent videos on YouTube have been basically filmed in my car because I just love driving and I just think it's just kind of easier to film basically in the car. And I feel like 99% of the time I feel like I am a safe, careful and responsible driver, but there are some times where my driving doesn't go quite as planned. So I kind of want to make this driving confessions video, confess all my driving sins, to make maybe other drivers feel better about their driving ability. And I've never done anything too seriously bad in the car, which is good basically. I've been driving for passed my driving test almost 4 years ago, first time, and I've not had any major catastrophes in the car yet, and hopefully I never will. So these are a few little blunders, little errors that I've made in the car, a couple of times, during my driving experiences basically. So I just thought I'd share that more with you and stuff like that. So here we go! I'm putting my sunglasses on because it's sunny and stuff, and I'm kind of squinting into the camera. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go way back to my first driving lesson, probably about 5 years ago or something like that. I mean, the driving lesson did go very well. I remember my first driving lesson going quite well, but my advice is do not stop for pigeons basically, because I remember just stopping for a pigeon, just kind of braking and kind of saying, oh crap, a pigeon sort of thing, and and I was like, oh god, I've said a miles per hour in front of a driving instructor that I'm not really too familiar with, and I'm just like, oh okay, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. And I think that's another thing, usually I'm very well mannered in most conversations with most people, but in the car I end up kind of swearing a lot more, probably about 200% more than I would do in front of people basically. Maybe because I'm on my own and stuff like that usually when I'm driving. But I do apologise, but I do end up swearing quite a lot, so I'm sorry if I end up swearing in this video. You have been warned. There may be strong language, there may not be, but my driving instructor was absolutely lovely. Oh yeah, and by the way, driving instructor, if you're watching this, please stop watching this. You probably do not want to know you probably do not want to know what I've some of the things that I'm probably going to mention in this video, but I honestly, I promise I have done really well with driving and stuff like that, and most people do say they feel safe with me driving. And up until probably about this year, I probably haven't made any notable mistakes, to be quite honest. But so earlier this year, probably about January time, I was going to work, shall we say, and it was snowing outside. Okay, it was snowing outside, just bear with me. And the drive up until pretty much the last corner before I get into work, the drive went fine. It was like any other drive, even though it was snowing outside. And snowing and driving, especially in Britain, don't really go together very well, shall we say. And especially in Britain, because everybody freaks out when we get snow. We do not get a lot of snow. Winter here isn't your kind of typical snowy scene that the media portrays all the time. Winter is not really like that most of the time in Britain. We might get a day or two of snow, but that's probably about it. But anyway, so this day I went to work and it was snowing, and so the roads were quite slippery, right? And the drive went well up until the very last corner, and I ended up skidding and freaking out and everything and stuff like that. Hit a curb, and it wasn't really a lot I could do, but luckily the car wasn't damaged too much, and I only hit a curb. I didn't hit any other cars, I didn't hit anything else, I didn't hit a gate or anything like that. I think that was the first major, well not major, but that's kind of the biggest mistake that had happened to me in the car up until that point, sort of thing. It really freaked me out, and it really shook me up when I got to work, and I had to ring my dad because I didn't really know what to do. I felt really embarrassed, felt really kind of really shaken up, really upset. I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen, looking back, in hindsight and everything, like, but you know, I'd never been in that situation before. I got to work and I just started crying. It was just like, you know, and up until that point, I'd never cried at work before. I mean, especially when I was at school and college, I was quite an emotional person. I cried a lot when I was at high school and college. Like, you know, and I think anybody who knew me reasonably well at high school and college would kind of tell you that as well. Like, and to be honest, I'm not ashamed or afraid to admit that, really, to be honest. Like, you know, it was like, high school was very stressful for me, and I think college, like, again, there was a few stressful times at college and stuff like that. You know, I don't want to let anyone down, you know, I kind of worried a lot about what people thought of me. Yeah, and I just wanted to do well and to basically, yeah, but like, anyway, that's another story. Basically, yeah, I arrived at work and, yeah, I ended up starting crying. But, like, luckily they were very understanding about what had happened, and, like, people at work were very understanding about what happened, and, you know, like, they were very helpful, and, you know, I think I was lucky that, you know, I was working with such nice people, and, you know, they kind of made me a cup of tea as well, and stuff like that, and my dad actually came and visited me at work, actually, that day as well, which was really nice as well, because I got to show him around what I did. Another thing that's happened very recently, actually, a couple of weeks ago, I you know, met up with a friend and had to drive her home and everything and stuff like that. Like, you know, I was a driver for the day. Like, yeah, so I had to drive her home, and you know, got in the car and everything, and we kind of pulled up to a roundabout, and then this Land Rover pulls up next to us. Like, we had the windows down because it was hot. This Land Rover pulls up next to us, and the man that was driving the Land Rover kind of pulled up and said to us, excuse me, are you supposed to have your boot open? I was like, oh my god, you know, I was like, oh my god, like, I know my mouth, I felt so shocked and everything and stuff like that, because usually I am really careful, you know, I end up like checking out all the doors and everything are closed and everything, but this time, just one time, like, you know, I had the boot open and stuff like that. I mean, I put my bag in the boot and everything, so, you know, that's probably why the boot was open and everything. I mean, it was, you know, I don't carry a big bag around with me usually, so, you know, it was just like a little man bag and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was just like, oh my god. So, but it was very nice for the man in the Land Rover to let me know. Yeah, luckily we had not driven too far, and also, you know, there was somewhere I could like pull into stuff and to close a boot basically and stuff like that. And luckily I didn't lose my bag as well. So you know, easily resolvable, but definitely make sure your doors and boot are closed basically before you start driving basically. Yeah, and the last thing really is that basically, when I'm on my own and stuff like that, I just love singing and dancing in the car, basically. I sing quite loudly, I think, in the car, probably louder than anywhere else I sing, because, you know, usually I'm driving on my own and everything, and you know, I love to have a little boogie to, like, you know, catchy songs and stuff like that. So yeah, so anyway, that is it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know any other driving confessions that you might have, to probably make me feel a bit better, really, to be honest. If you enjoyed this, please like and share and subscribe, yada yada yada. Yeah, and I will also say, please drive safely, of course, you know, definitely drive safely, and have a nice day as well. So take care, guys, bye bye.